Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What if I was to tell you that I had 12 of the greatest fragrances ever made in the fragrance community? Would you be curious enough to spend a little time with me so that I could present these fragrances to you? Well, that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you and present 10 fragrances that I think are the greatest fragrances ever made. So before we get started with today's show, hit that like button, that bell in the middle, and the subscribe button so that when new content is released, you'll be the first ones to receive it. And now the moment that you've been waiting for, 10 of the greatest fragrances that you can find anywhere in the world. So the first fragrance that I'd like to introduce you to is by the house of Le Labo. It's called SANTAL 33. And this is nothing but sandalwood. It's juicy, it's creamy, and it is a sexy, everyday fragrance. This is a fragrance that you could wear every day of the year and never grow tired of it because it's that amazing. And this is, to me, in my opinion, from my nose, one of the greatest scents ever made and known to anybody in the fragrance community. Once again, this is the house of Le Labo, and this is SANTAL 33. So my second offering is by the powerhouse of NOMAD, and it's this one right here. It's called Bardon. And ladies and gentlemen, this is nothing but deep, sensual chocolate. If you're looking to be sexy, if you're looking to be alluring, this is what you wear. This is amazing. Now this is a 30 ml bottle, and you really don't need much more than this because this stuff is potent. No more than 2 sprays and you on your way. But this fragrance right here is the epitome of sensual. So if you need something chocolatey, something that is tantalizing, I suggest you search and go to the house of NOMAD and look no further than this one right here called Bardon. So my third offering is by Frederick Moore. And man, this house right here can really knock you off your feet. But it's this one right here that is one of the greatest masterpieces ever known to the fragrance community, and it's called MUSC RAVAGEUR. We're talking cinnamon, we're talking clove, and a whole lot of sexiness. This right here epitomizes what a great fragrance should be. This is elegant. This is a fragrance that you saunter in. That means when you're walking with this, you're walking with grace, you're walking with style. And again, it's one of the greatest fragrances ever known to the fragrance community. This is the house of Frederick Moore, and this is MUSC RAVAGEUR. This is a cinnamon beast. So this fourth masterpiece is by the house of Francis Cojean, and it's called Oud Satin Mood. And we're talking about seductive, we're talking about sultry, and we're talking about potent. This thing is so sexy that if you walk through a graveyard with this, everything in there would wake up. This is just tantalizing, it's alluring, and it's the kind of fragrance that you need to have in your arsenal of sexiness. Once again, this is Oud Satin Mood, and this thing right here puts you in the mood for whatever. This thing right here handles its business, and I suggest you get your skin on this and you get your nose on this. Francis Cojean's Oud Satin Mood, a fragrance that is a classic. So the fifth fragrance is by the house of YSL, and it's called Tuxedo. And if you know anything about, sensuality, if you know anything about how a fragrance can captivate you and take you from here to there and bring you back to a place of lust and desire, we're talking this one right here, Tuxedo. This golden juice right here is the stuff that legends are made of. So what I'm trying to say is that Tuxedo is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of great fragrances and one of the greatest juices ever made. When you're wearing this right here, if you don't feel special, special doesn't exist. This is amazing. You need to get your nose on this, your skin on this, because this fragrance right here is jaw-dropping, it's breathtaking, and it's the kind of thing that you should have in your fragrance arsenal. And once again, YSL Tuxedo, a fragrance to last you a lifetime. So number 6 to me is probably the most powerful fragrance house that I can think of. I have the most bottles from this fragrance house, and it's this one right here. It's called Straight to Heaven. Now, I'm not gonna talk about ingredients with this one because you just gotta go out and get this one, get your skin on it, get your nose on it. You have to wear this. This is an experience right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's everything and so much more. This is the kingpin of flirtatious. This is the kingpin of voluptuous. This is the kingpin of come get me. When you're wearing this, it's nothing else like this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want a fragrance that will take you to that place of no turning back, that place of just being vulnerable, that place of feeling sexy and confident, this is the fragrance to have right here. It's called Straight to Heaven by the House of Bacchilium. So my 7th offering is by the House of Arturo Parisi, and it's none other than this giant right here, and this is another masterpiece, Bucanera. This thing here is drop dead gorgeous. This is something that you have to have. When we're talking about arousal, when we're talking about lust, when we're talking about thoughts that might not be ready for everyone, when we're talking bedroom, we're talking this fragrance right here. This fragrance will hypnotize you. It will draw you into a place that there's no coming back from. If you want to know where the House of Sexiness is, then it's Arturo Parisi, and it's this one right here, this wonderful, sensual shooting star called Bucanera. So I've lost count, but it doesn't matter. But what is important is this next one here by the Harmonist, Hypnotizing Fire. Now, if you want to be hypnotized, if you want to be swept off your feet, if you want to go to that place of vulnerability, and once again, there's no turning back when you're wearing this fragrance. This is sexy. This is sexy. This is too sexy. And matter of fact, when you're wearing this fragrance right here, something is about to go down that you might not want to go down, because this stuff is amazing. So if you're looking for a fragrance that will just move that person to a place of dirty thoughts, this is the fragrance to wear. It's by the House of Harmonist, and it's called Hypnotizing Fire. So get yourself some of this right here, because I believe this is the fragrance that is under the radar. But trust me, this is one of the greatest fragrances made in the world. Hypnotizing Fire by the House of the Harmonist. So my next offering, look at this. How awesome is this? Initial Perfumes. This is the great one right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Oud for Greatness. And when you're wearing this, you feel like a king. When you're wearing this, you feel like a queen. When you're wearing this, you realize that you're in an exclusive club of sexiness, because this thing has so much appeal that it is crazy. When you're wearing this, this is like Elvis in a bottle. This is like Marvin Gaye in a bottle. This is like Prince singing Purple Rain or Kiss. This is vicious, and don't wear this if you're not ready for some rumbling to take place, because when you wear this, things are happening. You're losing garments, because this stuff right here, it is special. So if you want what I consider to be one of the ultimate remedies for sexiness, get yourself this bottle of Oud for Greatness by the house of Initio Perfumes, and you will want no more, because this is it. This next to last fragrance that I'm gonna introduce is all about being masculine. Can it be unisex? It can. But I think that this leans more towards that masculine energy. So I find this to be the sexiest masculine fragrance that I know. Ombre Nomad. If you want a fragrance that'll carry you across the galaxy, this is it. If you want a fragrance that will take you into the bedroom, this is it. If you want a fragrance that will guarantee that you don't have to do too much talking on the first date, this is it. If you want the fragrance that just puts that person in the mood to look at you, to talk with you, to sit with you, to smell you, to sniff you, this is the fragrance right here. This thing is break the bank. I wouldn't care if this fragrance costs $3,000. It's worth having, and it smells that damn good. So if you want the fragrance that smells that damn good, this is the fragrance to get. Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomad. So this next fragrance is just two words: elegance and royalty mixed in with a little sexiness. Lust, I should say. It's by the house of Roger Dove, and it's called Creation E. And this right here is one of the greatest fragrances anywhere on this planet. Matter of fact, if you leave this planet and go somewhere in the universe, they'll be asking for this. We're talking about an enigma. We're talking about a masterpiece, a genius. When you're wearing this right here, it says special, special, special. This is nothing to play around with. This makes you a president. This makes you a diplomat. This makes you an important creature in the space when you're wearing this. So if you're looking for that extra edge, this is the fragrance to get. Roger Dove's Creation E. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I've been doing. Now it feels like forever. I love bringing you fragrances that will change your world, change the trajectory that you're going in, bring back your sexiness, help you with your confidence, and most important, help you have an added dimension in your social circles. So I want you to continue to come back, because my nose will continue to investigate. And as I always say, being sexy is a mandate, smelling good is a mandate. Until the next show, until the next spray, stay sexy, and remember, this nose, it always knows.